What's up, everybody? It's the Inhuman one here, and today we're going to explore the shadowy depths of Little Nightmares. One small thing to note, however, is that in this world, shadows can take the form of something much more sinister. In this video, we will be exploring several theories attempting to explain who and what precisely Shadow 6 or Dark 6 really is. It's important to note, in order to get a full understanding of 6's even darker half, we'll briefly cover events that span both the Pale City and the Mall. So, without further ado, let's get started. We know from in-game events that the Shadow version of 6 has a very specific origin. The Thin Man can be credited for this, for it was when he captured 6 that she was seemingly split or torn into two distinctive forms, a physical form and a more ethereal form that was reminiscent of the glitching remains found hidden around the Pale City. It seems that the glitching remains are the remnants of children that have been captured by the Thin Man or otherwise distorted by the transmission being broadcast throughout the city. In their simplest form, the glitching remains can be thought of as lost souls existing outside of their corporeal forms. This detail is incredibly important for a number of reasons. For one, it seems that other individuals who experience this likely die or cease to exist, as we never seem to encounter another individual that is paired with a glitching remain. 6 is unique in that both of her forms exist simultaneously. If you recall the exact moments leading up to 6's capture, 6 seems to express not only concern but even extends her arm for help and cries out in fear when she was being pulled into the alternate reality in which the Thin Man resides. Unfortunately, Mono, due to his proximity with his future self, was experiencing a great deal of pain and distress caused by this paradoxical encounter. As a result, he was paralyzed in both fear and pain and unable to act in 6's greatest time of need. Keep this in mind for later. After Mono defeats the Thin Man, journeys to the signal tower, and returns 6 to her child form, she was faced with a decision. Mono took a leap of faith and grabbed onto 6's extended arm. However, it was here that 6 made a choice to damn Mono to an eternity in the alternate reality and be forever changed. 6 chose to abandon Mono and continue onward on her own. The calm, cold, and calculated manner in which she pulled back her hand has been etched into the memories of many gamers who witnessed this firsthand. Many seem to credit it to the fact that 6 was attempting to protect herself from the monster that Mono would become. But the fact is, that theory simply doesn't make any sense. In letting Mono go, she was actually enacting the very events that result in his eventual transformation into the Thin Man, therefore creating a causal loop. It seems that much more likely, in fact, that an already disturbed child, now devoid of a soul, was simply acting out in retaliation for the lack of assistance that she received when she was most vulnerable. In other words, it seems much more like petty payback than some master plot to ensure her own survival. 6 would then escape and encounter her glitching remain that would direct her to the mall. Unlike its fleshy counterpart, however, the Shadow version of 6 indeed made a strategic and calculated decision. In pointing towards the mall, Shadow 6 would guide her corporeal form to a location that would allow her to not only discover how to satisfy her newfound hunger, but also explore darker and less savory ways to ultimately satisfy it. Over the course of 6's journey on the mall, her hunger would get progressively worse and only be satiated by increasingly grotesque means, from discarded bread, to rats, to sausage made of human flesh, to outright murdering gnomes and the benefactor of the mall. 6 would obtain great power and eventually have the means to endlessly consume souls without batting an eye. 6's hunger knew no bounds, and with her newly acquired abilities, 6 had, in a way, filled the void that had been created when her soul, Shadow 6, had been torn from her on that fateful day. And that's all for this video. Until next time, it's the Inhuman One, signing out.